Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Radio Free Wall Street. You are here, and it's mind-boggling what's going on. You know what's even more impressive? What's more incredible? What's more unbelievable? The street's trolling along like nothing's going on. The President of the United States has got 5 of his top officials, including Papa Patanakos, who he calls the coffee boy, that all of a sudden are going to testify against the President of the United States concerning Russia mingling in the election in collusion. No collusion, no collusion, no collusion, no collusion, no collusion. Oh, okay. Let's see how this goes. By the way, there's several important things I want to talk to you. One of them is the fact that among the chumps, Trump has firm support, but on the middle of the rotors, these are the people that can go left, they can go right, they can go Democrat, they go Republican, the critical swing votes. You know what these people are? They're only 30% approval rating of Donald Trump, one of the lowest of any president in modern history. In other words, Trump's in big shit. It's beyond doo-doo, my friends. It's shit. In fact, it's dog shit. And he is not going to do well in the elections. Prediction right now is I think everyone pretty much agrees the House is gone. Adios, goodbye. That means endless investigations. He said, she said, endless committee, testify, subpoenas, constitutional crisis, staff claiming immunity. Oh, my God, it's going to be so much fun. But here's the really good part. The good part looks like he is going to lose the Senate by 4 seats. Now, you can say, well, that polling a lot of shit there. Well, that's not true. The particular polling that's making his predictions is among the polling that predicted Donald Trump would screech out Hail Mary win. So we are now in the twilight of the Trump revolution. It's over, friends. It's bye-bye Donald baby. Now, it gets even better. See, Wall Street is ignoring and whistling past the graveyard bad news. They always do that. That's why you have those stock market crash things you see on the charts where it goes, bombs away. And people go, we lost everything. Oh, stop that interview. Notice how few interviews you've ever seen on the Wall Street publications about people who lost their houses, lost their life savings, lost their money in retirement. You don't really hear about them, do you? You know, we invested for the long haul. We did really great. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing like a Fidelity bond based on Argentina for 100 years to really show your faith in the long haul. But it gets better. As Manafort, Donald Trump's campaign manager, number 1 guy and his number 2 guy, have now both taken plea deals with the special prosecutor, which involves Donald Trump's collusion and tower meetings and from Russia with love and all those connections, which he had used during the campaign. He's also going to testify about money laundering and the knowledge of Trump's advertising campaign for Russian oligarchs to come and launder your money at the Trump-o-matic laundromat down there on the Trump Tower. And you get a free apartment to boot. So these are the incredible stories of the downfall of Donald Trump, which the market is ignoring. Now, like I was saying, within hours of Donald Trump becoming aware that Manafort was going to sell him out, and, Donald, I thought you promised him a pardon. What happened? Well, here's what's going on. Old Donald, Danny Don's got a problem now. His head campaign guy, who knows where the dirty laundry is, who knows where the cemetery in the closet is going to snitch him out. And Donald Trump did what Donald Trump does, and he announced that, yes, he's going to do trade sanctions on another $200 billion worth of imports into the United States from China, and the duties will be 10%. Now, that idea was to get the heat off of the incredible investigation that's going to bring his impeachment and cost him the election in the midterms. But not to be outdone over the weekend, the Chinese did this, we heard about this trade talk that we're going to have, and to sit down, we're not going to bother coming. So go ahead and put the sanctions on. We don't give a shit. Why? Well, let me tell you the secret. The secret is Beijing understands that why should you give Donald Trump a chance for life. Why would you want to let him escape out from under this trade war and help him win the elections? Donald Trump impeached is the perfect deal. Donald Trump is gone. He's adios. Presidents don't last forever, and nasty presidents like him don't last even a full term. And what you're going to end up with is Pence, who we already know will roll back all this crazy trade war shit. So why would China want to help him? The fact is not. China said they're going to decline new trade talks with the U.S. and let Donald Trump do whatever the hell he wants. And as elections come up and people start paying more at the Walmart store and more from that pick-em-up truck, they're going to say, well, wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to get a high-paying job here at a factory, and I don't know now, but factory job paying a lot of money would be good for me. You ain't going to get a high-paying factory job. You ain't going to get shit. But now it gets even better. Now what's happening is, as people realize that Donald Trump can't deliver, oh my God, the rats are jumping ship. More and more we hear announcements of things like, well, the investigation is going to continue. You know, Donald Trump's talking about firing anybody, but we're not so sure that's going to happen. Oh, Donald, weren't your guys supposed to be on your side? And Graham said Mueller is going to be allowed to finish his investigation. Donald went, no, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. So we got all these people at war with each other. How cool is that, Donald? It is now becoming increasingly obvious that Donald Trump is going down. And need to understand something. When Donald Trump goes down, so goes down the stock market. He bumped it up, he'll crash it down. So we're now in the final innings of the game. And let me tell you what the really cool part is. The market is not priced in, by any stretch of the imagination, a Donald Trump impeachment. It has not priced in Donald Trump losing the House and the Senate. It has not priced in nasty-ass trade wars tit for tat. In fact, it's priced in joy gel and love and a sugar high. Because remember, Donald Trump planned and front-loaded the tax break bonanza for billionaires to hit the first and second quarter. Well, first quarter is January, February, March. Second quarter is April, May, June. And that means that the good news is there because July, August, September will still have the sugar high, but winding down a little bit. So as long as he's over 3%, he's a winner. So they planned it that way, okay? In other words, rather than let those tax break bonanza for billionaires play out over a number of years, they loaded it into the front. Why? Because he knew he had midterm elections. The problem is the loading's unloading. Now, Donald Trump, let me tell you, it was a very interesting day. Donald Trump said, when he was warned about losing the House, he goes, wait a minute. Look at the economy. We cannot lose. Look at the economy. We cannot lose. Donald Trump doesn't understand that more and more people are not concerned with the economy because the economy is really not helping the average guy. Donald Trump does not understand that the vast middle class of America didn't see a tax decrease. They are not seeing increased jobs of high paying. Oh, yeah. McDonald's jobs? No problem. Low paying, low training, low longevity jobs? Yeah, they're begging for PY. Well, because in the immigration policy is not allowing the people who normally came and took those jobs to come. So the lower end job boom is something truly amazing. The problem is that where most people live, where most people work, where most people are employed, they're not seeing pay increases. They are not seeing more job opportunities. They are not seeing less taxes. In fact, just the opposite. They're seeing taxes skyrocket. They're seeing housing costs go to the moon. They're seeing their cars, their trucks, everything they want to buy go higher and higher and higher and higher. So it's the Donald Trump disaster, and Trump doesn't see it. Well, he's a very simple man. Very simple now is, well, if there are lots of jobs and the economy's good, they're going to vote for me. No, Donald, it's not true. So Donald Trump's popularity is waning as we come into the critical midterm elections. Now, midterm elections always see a president get his ass kicked. But this one is really a lot trickier because you've got a president the Democrats hate. Now, I'm sure it's a deep state conspiracy with a restate. I'm sure the Bilderberg's in there and Oh, the Templars. Oh, remember those guys? They're back. And they got the huge caravans out of the cities and these huge grottos full of antiques and gold stolen from the world. All the missing gold in the ocean, it's part of a global conspiracy. And this global conspiracy with the Bilderberg, the Federal Reserve, are all conspiring to stop the great Donald Trump. Why? Because Donald Trump is great. Just ask him. And since he's great and they're jealous of his greatness. So whatever the reason may be, whatever bullshit spin there may be, here's the reality. 5 of Donald Trump's top people are now under indictment and have agreed to cooperate and spill their guts, and they know a lot. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top people. The only person closer to him that has not so far yet turned against him is Trump Jr. But I'm not so sure he's so rock steady either. Daddy, you can't give me immunity. Daddy, you can't give me a pardon from all the state crimes you had me do for you, Daddy. I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm sorry, Daddy. Oh, Daddy, Daddy. Can you imagine the son testifying against his father, the president? How cool would that be? Now, remember, all of this shit going on here goes on in the backdrop that the stock market is whistling Dixie. Stock market basis, the S&P 500 is knocking on the door of 3,000. I sure hope they get it because what a great trade that's going to be on the sell side. And the markets are fearing nothing. The VIX fear indicator is the lowest it's ever been. And what's the situation? Well, holy shit. The market sees no pain. The market has no fear. Reminds me of 2007 all over again. And every time we have the situation where there's no fear in the marketplace, where markets don't assess events, where debt is out of control, we have a wipeout. Yay! Bye-bye, baby. And we're on the verge, and I'm telling you, within 6 months, of another stock market 10% crash at least. That crash will then result in an even bigger downturn and slide that will wipe out the market, losing 80% of its value. The economy is going into a recession starting next year. It'll be apparent year after. There will be no discussion. And that recession will lead to depression. Now, let me tell you why. There's no freaking money. The market has 75% lower level BB debt than last time, 40% more credit outstanding, and the derivatives have doubled. You know, remember the derivatives, the nasty derivatives? They're still with us. Yep, they've got $450 billion in derivatives, now pushing $900 trillion. That's $450 trillion, $900 trillion. We already have the BRICS going broke. We already have European banks very shaky. And all of a sudden, these people that chased high yield, well, I just got that high yield because when I calculated my retirement and I wanted to go fishing, I like fishing, and I had to get a new bass boat. You know, that Bassmaster's a really great boat. And then we had to have that the house on the lake, and then the kids wanted the house. And I just needed to have over $1 million, and I couldn't make it unless I got into the Special Income Opportunity Fund, completely protected by government debt. Well, what government was that? Well, there's Bangladesh in there and Yugoslavia. There's debt in Argentina. I don't know where that is, but Argentina's in there. And I got that Venezuelan stuff in there. But I'm not worried because we got the high yield 25% interest rate paper from Turkey. Gobble, 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 gobble. Go. Listen, you douchebag idiot. These are the shittiest economies on the planet. They're wiping out. Of course they're paying high ratios and high interest rate. You want to know why? Because they ain't going to ever give you your money back. Hello, sucker. Hey, here's a shock. Argentina goes broke on its debt again. Oh, well, that's never happened before in the past. It's been 4 years since the last time. That must be a record. People go, well, it said government secured debt. Yeah, but it's what government? And here you got the safest, most guaranteed paper in the world, U.S. government debt. Most guaranteed paper on the planet, right? There's no question about it. It's paid through depressions. It's paid through the Civil War. It's paid every time online in full, always. And you're getting 3% on a 10-year. 3%. Yeah, but I can get 4.5% by buying Bangladesh into Argentina. Really? Aren't you clever? Chasing yield is the greatest way to make sure you're poor in your retirement. In fact, I think Walmart's kind of special. If you've been wiped out in Fidelity, they're going to have a special Fidelity retirement package. No, seriously. Let me tell you about the Fidelity retirement package. I propose at Walmart, I'm going to do a deal with partnership with them, JV. And if you're wiped out on a Fidelity retirement fund, you're going to get the Fidelity vacation home kit. Now, you want the house in Florida, you know, and retire on maybe the islands, and it didn't quite work out that way. Well, the Fidelity kit includes a tent with a double thermal sleeping bag, and air mattress doesn't have to be on the cold ground, and it includes an ice chest, a good one of those double insulated ones, and the runner package. See, the runner package is a pair of running shoes, so when the police come to move the retirement village, you can pack up your tent, put it to sleep, and run away to the next hobo hangout. So you will have a vacation house, and let me tell you what, including the kit, is a picture of a beautiful house on the ocean, okay? And you can send that to your family and friends and pretend like that's what you are retired in, because you don't want to know you got wiped out in your retirement fund with Fidelity and BlackRock and those guys because they bought you dog shit debt, BBB rate that's sure going to go to D. D, you know, D, that is dumb, default, dead, done. Yep, that's the D we're headed for. So we now got a situation where, oh my God, wipeouts upon us. Hang on, more tea. Now, smart people would say, hey, the Fed's raising rates, and the yield curve is going flat and inverting. That's always a sign of recession. The guy goes, well, but this time it's different. See, the rates were so low for so long that means that inverted doesn't mean anything because it's not really inverted. It's more like a pancake. Really? Yeah. Fidelity's explained that to me, my broker. You have a Fidelity broker, yeah. Yeah, he said the best bond fund for me was a triple wipeout Argentina debt. And he said something about the commission's very high. I don't know what he meant, but there's no fiduciary responsibility for me. So he sells me the shit that pays him the best commission. I guess that's okay, huh? Hey, stupid. They're going to wipe you out. In chasing higher yield, you lose your principal. See, we're giving you 15% return, but we keep all your money. So in essence, you get 15%, and we keep the rest. Yay! We ought to dig up Barney, let him out of jail, and apologize to him, you know, for this shit. It's going to put Barney Mail up to shame. Oh my God! So we're now in a situation where we've entered the twilight zone of finance. The Fed is raising rates. The yield curve is inverted. Treasury yields are soaring as the smart money is locking in long-term rates. Oh, did I mention that the stock market has no fear? VIX indicators at a low level. Did I mention that the stock market loves Donald, and they don't believe anything bad's going to happen to him? So they're not pricing in a recession, never mind a depression. They're not pricing in trade wars. They're not pricing in lack of profits. They're not pricing in shit. Why? Because that's what they do. They price in bullshit to sell you stocks in their funds and take your money. So what's going on? Well, you're going to hold on to your stock portfolio, right? Yes, sir, Bob. Did I mention to you that we have the highest level of Wall Street insiders? These are the people that work in those companies, the CEOs and the CFOs and all those douchebags. Papa's pricks, I call them. Do you know that we have the highest level of them selling their stocks and getting out? Really? Maybe they're going to Argentina, 100-year bonds. No, they're not going to Argentina, 100-year bonds. Why? Well, did I mention to you the Treasury auctions are now, on average, close to three times oversubscribed because there's a fight out there to get U.S. government paper. Really? Yeah? Did you know that there's going to be a wipeout? No. Nobody told me. Really? Well, stupid people never get to keep their wealth. Okay? And we have the greatest amount of wealth ever made by a class of people in the history of mankind, the baby boomers. And the baby boomers are now coming to retirement, which means this is where you get old, get sick, and die, especially if you don't watch your numbers and you don't take care of your health and you eat factory food. And if you're seeing your sugar go higher and higher and higher, and your blood pressure go higher and higher and higher, and the more pills you take go higher and higher, Well, here's a secret. I'll give you a secret. Your food's poisoning you. And it's not an accident. I just thought to mention that. So just like Fidelity and those guys want to take your money, well, guess what? Those drug companies got all kinds of medicines they want to sell you, and the price is going higher and higher and higher and higher. And you are about to get old, get sick, go broke, and die. Unless you do something about it real fast. So, you got that? You got to do something real fast. And I'm warning you again that we are on the verge of the biggest stock market downturn, the biggest recession we've ever seen, and they got a plan for your money. You know what the plan for your money is? Take it from you. Yeah, they're going to take your money. You didn't know that? They didn't tell you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, let me put it this way. If you get wiped out this time, after what you saw happen in 2008, you're certifiably stupid. If you have your real estate and you're going to watch it crash in value, you're a dumb shit. If you've got huge mortgage debt and credit card debt and borrowing more and more and more and more and more and more, you're an idiot. Now, have you been insulted enough for one show? Now, let me show you how to become smart, okay? Because you don't have to stay stupid. Call Fidelity, go, I want my friggin' money now, goddammit. And call your boss and say, you know, you got this 10K Roth IRK REK matching thing? Well, give me my money. I quit this job and stick it, because if I wait another year or two and I quit the job, I ain't going to get shit. Okay, got it? And that house you got, you call the year later, go, you know, you told me how the real estate's really hot and you have a property. Well, here's one you can sell. Mine, I'm getting the hell out of here. And you sell your real estate. And you cash in. And you pay your debts. And you get all your retirement money. And then you trot down to this thing called treasurydirect.gov. And you lock in some of the greatest yield ever on the safest, most secure debt. And then you know what you're going to do? You're going to go, oh, I love this deep state. Oh, here's another hearing on Donald Trump. Oh, here's Donald Trump. Why he's getting in his Trump airplane and waving goodbye as he's got his ass thrown out and he resigned. Oh, and look at this. Why? You've got the stock market losing 90% of its value. I'm sure glad I don't have any. Hey, why don't we play robber baron? I'm so sorry your stock's wiped out. I'm so sorry you lost your ranch. But I thought I'd give you a bag of potatoes and you give me that pickup truck of yours. You are hungry, aren't you? Oh, and the land? Well, you know, they aren't making any more land. You're right. You want to know why? Because they made too much to begin with, and we got a lot left over. Let's go 1, 2, 3, duh. And you know that Illinois farmland? I remember Illinois farmland when it first cost $1,000 an acre, and corn was a little bit north of $3 a bushel. Well, I remember I've seen Illinois farmland go over $15,000 an acre, and corn went over $7 a bushel. Now, you want to hear the one that's real confusing to a guy like me? I mean, I got a Trefland hat. I really do have one. Well, here's what it is. It's kind of amazing. Corn is now south of $4, trading in the upper $3 range, and the Illinois farmland is still $15. Now, that's called a disconnect. So what you do is you sit there, and you wait for see Farmer Green Jeans? Well, let me tell you what he did. Yep, this land's been in the family for 400 years. We're so proud. There's a picture of Grandpa on the wall there. There's a family Bible. That was in the wagon train with our family, yep. But, oh, what's that? Oh, the daughter? Oh, that's my mortgage. Yeah, I mortgaged all the land so I could keep on farming because I couldn't make any money. I keep mortgaging it. And oh, so you're about to lose your farm. Well, no, the market's going to come back because there's not enough corn in the world. It's hungry, and eventually they're going to have to buy corn, and we're making corn to gasoline. Oh, so you're going to wipe out. So what's happening is you're about to have the biggest farm belt wipeout ever, and that was because the commodity market was manipulated upwards, and you had really high-priced beans and corn and wheat. But here's the secret: no more, no more, no more, no more. It ain't high no more. Now you want to hear something even uglier? The land prices are still in bozo land, and they're highly financed, and they are deeply in debt. And did I mention the part about they can't pay it back? So we are on the verge of the biggest farmland, real estate, commercial property wipeout. I mean, well, do you want to talk about the malls? I know. We can turn the malls into torture centers. Listen, sadomasochism is really kind of an in thing, and you can be the S&M guy. You want to be the S guy, the M guy, and you put on this leather thing. And then in the center, you know where they got all the fountains? We can put racks there and torture things. And then we have the crowds of people around the sides. Well, I understand it's ugly and gruesome, but we're talking about money here, and the kind of capitalism we got today is anything's okay. You can lie, you can cheat, you can steal, because that's the new age capitalist system. Now, let me tell you something about the free enterprise system. It is based on trust. It's based on honesty. Now, if you've been in business as long as I have, there is no trust in the business world today. There's no honesty. You could put together a corporation, get a tax ID number, open a bank account in an afternoon. Now, by the time you get the tax ID number, get the bank, go through due diligence, know your customer, what your customer is, and have some douchebag in, you go, how much money do you think you're going to run through the account? Well, that's a lot of money. I don't know about that. You'll go, okay, asshole. So what you got is the dumbest freaking people, never been in business, and there's now this huge bureaucracy in place. Donald Trump stopped the bureaucracy? Oh, listen, Mr. Businessman, you know and I know he didn't do shit. So what's happened? Well, you can't do an honest deal. You can't trust your lawyer. You can't trust your banker if you even know his name, because it changes every week. And business is seizing up. Business is getting frozen. And that is why the Chinese system of centrally planned government insiders get a deal done, because they've got no bureaucracy. They just go there and go, yeah, we want to run a highway through here. Okay. Hey, Mr. Chung Dong, you got 5 minutes to move your house and your barn and shit because we're building a highway through here. Chum Dong goes, well, no. And they go, okay, Mr. Chum Dong, here, come to jail, and we're going to show you why we said move the freaking house now. And a week later, Chum Dong comes back, oh, I'm so glad to move it. Can I help you carry my shit out? Oh, in fact, just smash it. I don't want it anymore. And that's how that's done. And that's how the Russian business is done. And what's happened is the biggest, most successful systems with the biggest growth are no longer free enterprise systems. Remember how they told you that central planned economies couldn't work, and the planning was bad, and it wouldn't do it, and free enterprise and capitalists would win? Well, then Donald Trump came along, and he settled that argument. Over. No more, no more, no more. No more, no more. Oh, Donald, what did you do, Donald? Donald, did you break the economic model? Oh, yeah, I understand. Trade deficits are bad. In 40 years, America has become the most prosperous country in the world, has taken more of his people out of poverty and brought it in the lousy trade system. Donald Trump goes, well, we're not going to have that anymore. Well, Donald, what are you going to replace it with? Nothing. You're going to make that Chevy Cavalier, and you're going to make that Ford in the USA. And everybody goes, bullshit, we're not. We can't make it work. But Donald Trump said it's going to work. Well, Donald Trump can't add and subtract, okay? Donald Trump was a real estate huckster. Donald Trump made money selling ridiculously priced New York City real estate to basically people that had to launder money. Had nothing to do with real estate, had nothing to do with business, had nothing to do with the art of the deal. It was just a crime spree, okay? And now Donald Trump's crime spree is coming to an end. And he's taking us out of trade deals. And guess what? China's going, if America doesn't want to help you in your time of need, well, we'll come here and help you. Just sign here. Yeah, let me empty that cobalt mine for you. No problem. You're right. Africa is the emerging market. That's if you want to invest there. But if you go there like the Pirates of the Caribbean and you take that shit, one time it was ivory. Now it's all these magnificent metals. You ain't investing. You're stealing. Got it? Stealing. Taking the money. Wipe out. Got it? Good. Understand it? Good. So you are about to have the Trump Depression, a real estate, farmland, industrial land. Oh, I love the mall. Okay, you don't like the mall torture center. All right, well, I have to come up with another plan for the malls. I know. I got it. This is worth a fortune. Babysitting. We'll turn the malls into daycare centers. In the middle of the space there, you can have the cribs, like floor 1 is for, the newborns, and floor 2 be the 2 to 5-year-old. And you all go up higher, you got college kids there, all in the mall. And remember, you still got the food court up there, so you can do all that greasy junk food. I love it. It is a plan. This is the way to save the Mall of America. And all the rich are going to be happy because they're going to find the secret. So, my friends, The wipeout is upon us. Donald Trump really did it this time. Oh, Donald. And you watch the stock market crashes in the coming weeks, and you watch as all of a sudden people go, no, I don't think this trade war is so good anymore. Everything I buy is a lot more money, and I ain't got no better job, and I ain't getting no better paid. You go, shh, come here. You know what they call that? Come closer. Sucker! You've been trumped. He's made an asshole out of you. He's going to take the money and run. Donald, listen. Let's say by some miracle Donald Trump disappears in the middle of the night. People around, what happened to Donald? I don't know. Donald, did you have on? You know those walk-away alarms they got for Alzheimer's patients? He probably went for a walk out of the White House and he forgot it, and now the GPS can't find him. Did anyone see the president here? Donald, he's in his bathrobe with his furry slippers. And then all of a sudden, Donald just, in the middle of the night, is gone. And people go, there's no more Donald. Me, oh my, oh my. And then what happens if he's gone tomorrow? Okay, just gone. Pence takes over. It'll take a decade or more to bring us back to where we were when Donald Trump came to office. The damage done by the Trump administration is incalculable. The damage on trade, relations, the power he's given the Chinese and the Russians will take us decades to claw back, if ever. Okay, they go, oh, Donald, we're sure glad we got this pee-pee movie on you, buddy. Best, by the way, you know what the highest grossing film ever was? The highest grossing film by way of money made was Donald Trump with the three blondes pissing on him. Because that is worth trillions of dollars in business and expansion for the Chinese and for the Russians. Now, if you want to talk about the land grab, I mean, we're just talking about the money side of this thing, okay, in trade that they're taking over the U.S. If you want to talk about the land grab, oh my God, as the Chinese take over Africa, Russia moves back into Europe. Remember, it's Russian oil they're burning, Russian natural gas that's heating those European houses, and it's Russian tanks that are going to roll across Eastern Europe and go, hi, we're back. And go, oh, NATO? Donald Trump goes, you don't need NATO. You didn't put enough money in NATO. We're not helping NATO. No NATO. Wait, we're trying to figure out a tank here. Get this rusty thing going. NATO has no weapons. NATO has no troops. NATO has no real coordinated command. NATO has Donald kick it over and destroy it and stop the shit out of Trump. America has no trade. We're not part of any of the new trade agreements, and that means that our shit's not in the marketplace. Because let me tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be an Apple phone the oil world uses. You got the Hawaii phone, okay? And you got the, Samsung, very good phone. Apple? We don't like apples here. No, we don't eat apples. So there's no more Apple, okay? And as far as General Motors, no. We have a Toyota. Oh, that's a good car. Yep. No. The world's changing. Oh, yeah. I got it. We got the man in Mars car. The Tesla. Wow, dude. Woo. Wait, you want to go drive my car in space? Wow, dude. Whoa. That's the guy? Okay. How do you think that's going to turn out? And then you've got the market, okay? And it's got full of dog shit, grossly overvalued stocks, and guys going, well, no, you see, we've been running this, and although the stocks are a little overvalued, this will work it out because we're having another growth spurt. And the next phase of the economic growth is going to happen, and whoa, dude, market's going to go so high. You got it? High? Elon? High? Yeah, it's going to go high. So you have Disneyland. You have the idiots of the universe who have created that. Well, no. That CDO debt was bad. There's no more CDO. We have CDO light. No. There is no collusion. There is no bad debt in the system. Banks have less debt than ever before. Well, what do you do with the debt? Well, we put it here in our shadow banking system, and the orders come in. They can't figure out what the corporation name is. Never mind. It's in the Cayman Islands, and they can't audit it. Really? What happens when people don't pay this debt? Oh, well, that's when I retire in the Bahamas, and I leave it to the millennial suckers to figure out. So, yes, Wall Street has a plan. It's called Take Your Money and Run. Got it? Take your money and run. Argentina goes, can you believe we sold those American assholes a 100-year Argentina bond 4 years after we didn't pay the last ones we wrote? And they go, they did it again? They go, yeah. The guy goes, where do I sign up? Hey, hello, wait a minute, America. Do you want some bonds from real estate in Spain on the Gold Coast? We got, wait a minute. Hello, America retirement savings. We have Italian bonds that pay more. And, we have a lot of Italian banks going broke, but don't worry about that detail. Oh, we may leave the European Union and pay you back in lira? Yes, but listen, you can buy a cappuccino in Venice with the liras that you get for 10 cents on the dollar when we wipe you out. People going, they can't do that, can they? You go, no, you're right. Can't happen again. No, that was the bad old days. Yeah, 2008, it can't happen again because that was the old days. And now we've got Barney Frank. He's going to sit there and help you out. You got the Volcker rule. Oh, yeah, we have all these things here that guarantee the market can never wipe out again. Guaranteed, as Janet Yellen's, by the way, Janet, you sexy thing. Leave your husband, please, Janet, I love you. Oh, Janet. Janet said, we can never have in the stock market downturn again. So there's no need for additional capital banks. The banker said, right, take that money, pay it out in bonuses. So there's no money, no extra capital. Why? Because it's sugar candy mountain, and no one's going to grow old, no one's going to go sick, no one's going to die, because we achieved financial nirvana. Thank you, Donald.